Welcome everybody to another MyGM mode. Today we're going to do the local, or jobbers as I know them, talent only, and how I've done this is a custom database. I'll show you how to set up yourself. Now to choose our GM, I'm going to go with my character, Omega Luke, which you can download by the way in the community creations. It's fantastic. It's even got my Saturn tattoo. It's got a lot of my leg tattoo and everything. It's very nailed on, and the ring gear is superb. Thank you very much once again to Matt Var for creating that. You can find that by using the Omega Luke hashtag. We're going to use it because beginner's luck raised the popularity of the superstar with the lowest popularity on your roster by 20. It's going to be actually quite handy. That will boost whoever is the lowest to one of the highest. I also think we go with SmackDown because the Birth of Legends 6 random superstars gain 6 popularity is also going to be quite crucial. So we're going to go against the AI. Let's do against William Regal at NXT. Why not? I haven't done against William Regal yet. He has a legend. That means it's complete opposite to a local jobber. 15 weeks and the custom database, which I'll show you now. So obviously on a normal database, you have a lot of local talent. Now, I've gone through and added all of the created talent I have to local because you have to have 30 local talent at all times. However, the usual local talent that you can see on my screen right now, these, which usually say status local, now have status as active. So hopefully they'll be in the draft. And these are the only people I'm allowed to draft for our roster. So we're going to go up against real wrestlers who have a lot better popularity than what we do, that's for sure, because I think I can't remember, I think it's 40 is the highest, and it's Cora Cut. That's the highest that we're going to have. So that's what we're going to have to deal with against William Regal and his legends. So yeah, SmackDown versus NXT. Let's have our first pick then. We're obviously going to go down to the bottom because popularity is going to be the lowest for us. And see who we can get. Now, it does look like Whitney Quaid is the highest popularity superstar that we can potentially get. So we'll go with Whitney, nice and early. They've obviously got the options to go for everybody. They've gone for Becky Lynch first. Okay, that's fine. Joel Wheeler is also cruising. There's a lot of cruisers in here. Joel Wheeler's actually really decent though, so we'll go for him. Obviously the trick is going to be trying to build the popularity up as much as possible. Usually when you get a jobber in, it's really easy to build the popularity because you put them in a tag match with some other people. This is not going to be as easy. So Best Spartan is a giant, and we've got Whitney Craig, who's a cruiser already. So we're already creating synergies, which is perfect for our roster for these perfect matches. Okay, Graham Metalik is the last. Dewey Carter's there. What I'm looking for is a giant. We got Olaf. So if they went with the other giant. I'm sure they did. That's really irritating, isn't it? Why are they picking up ours? They shouldn't be doing that. Oh, no, they didn't. So Triton is the one I was looking for there, but Olaf he's got a little bit more stamina, so we'll go with him first. Are they just avoiding Brock Lesnar? Does William Regal not like Brock Lesnar? I mean, not a lot of people like Brock Lesnar, in all fairness. Dewey Carter, I've used Dewey Carter before. He's decent. We can also obviously pick up Triton, who is another giant. So, although he does... The only trouble is, I mean, we're picking up quite a lot of heels and faces. The mix isn't that good. Right, but that's fine. We can swap them round at a later date, can't we? So that's absolutely fine. Shayna Baszler. Okay. Now we've got the option here going with, I say Vicky McLeod and get a bruiser in. Is Nova. Nova is a female wrestler as well. So let's go Nova and we can pair her up against Vicky McLeod. I'm already struggling with the names. I'm already struggling with it. Usually, obviously, it just comes second nature, isn't it? If you watch wrestling, there's a few that I don't know here from not watching WWE for a while, but you just kind of know. Whereas now, I'm like, I have no idea who half of these guys are, and we're just picking out Will. Ignition. Next to Ignition, or Sammy George. I mean... We could go with both. I was looking really for a specialist. If you get a specialist on both sides of heel and face, I think that's perfect. So let's go with Sammy George next. The good thing is as well, our budget is going to be very good. We've still got $2.5 million left there. So we haven't got a lot left though. So we might as well just go for all of these down the bottom and just hope that they don't actually pick anyone up. Bailey, they're going to go Bailey. Or we might leave the last one because 16 popularity for Jive Owens. Yeah, we're not going to manage to bring you up that much. Broderick, you see this guy quite often be picked up and turned into like a champion, which is quite hilarious. Sometimes that happens. Danielle Wallace, a heel cruiser. That's fine. We got Red Monsoon, a heel giant. Then I think we just call it a day. T-Bar being picked up there. Heel giant, Red Monsoon, or Jive Owens. Let's go with it. NXT just picked up Jive Owens. So we could even get Jive Owens if we wanted to. That is every single one that we have available for us, of course. And now we're going to go in free agency and see if we can pair anybody else up. So here is my SmackDown roster. That guy actually has a fake belt. That is hilarious how he has a fake belt. And here is William Regal's roster. Does look a lot better than ours with John Cena and Big E on the right there. Becky Lynch, Shayna Baszler. That would be a good match on the left. Okay, it's time to choose our champion. Of course, the champion gains a little bit of popularity as well. So I think we go with Joe Wheeler. It makes sense because we've got Olaf, who's quite high popularity as well as our secondary champion, or obviously to challenge him. And our female champion, we've got a couple of really good options here. Maybe I actually go with Beth Spartan. Or, no, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Nova. She has 28 popularity, and then she can go up against Vicky McLeod. But of course, it's good to get some options, and there is Cora Cutt. That's the one I was looking for. She has the highest popularity, so it's good to bring her in. At 40, Lurch Evans. 28 popularity there, and Clint McDougal, who's a specialist. It's not bad, to be honest, to bring him in. We might as well. Now, the fact that we have a lot of money, we might as well bring in a little bit of TLC, so that when we eventually use a TLC match, we'll get the benefits from it. So beginner's luck, raise popularity of the superstar with the lowest popularity on your roster by 20. So if we do that now, that gets inserted onto Red Monsoon. So now he has 38 popularity as a giant, which is great. Of course, so he can be a bit of a badass for us going forward. And we might as well use the Birth of Legends now because, of course, we're going to be struggling right from the off. We might as well give him to it. He's got it again. Red Monsoon got it again. That's really good. Triton's also got it. Red Monsoon, Daniel Wallace, Joe Wheeler, Vicky McLeod, and Triton. So I think the best thing about that was none of the champions got one, so everybody else is just as good. Have at least one normal match this week. That's such an easy one, isn't it? We'll do that on the mid-card. And let's do Giant there, and we've got Dewey Carter. They can go up against each other and have a bit of a rivalry, shall we say. And let's do that. So the opener then, or actually, let's make that into a tag team. So Dewey Carter, so we need another heel, really. We don't have another heel. That's our problem. Okay, we won't do a tag team yet. What we're going to do then is we're going to change somebody into a heel because we have way too many faces on the male side of things. So if we take a look, Adrian Williams is quite good. We could look at bringing him into to be in a heel because then Bruiser Specialist against Broderick. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So we go Adrian Williams. If he does a role change there, then we just do him there. Can you? We can't. We're going to have to wait a week. That's fine. We'll wait a week, then we'll do it. So the show that we've got so far, we don't have a tag match because we don't really have enough roles unless we did the females, which would then mean we'd start a tag rivalry. I don't want that. I want this to be our rivalry for, obviously, the Women's Championship. Nova Northern Light versus Vicky McLeod. Why not make it a title match as well, actually, to be fair? So that's going to be our opener in a tables match. We've got a role change in Adrian Williams. He's going to change into a heel. We've got a mid-card match there, Red Monsoon versus Dewey Carter. Self-promo Cora Cutt. What's hilarious is the self-promo option. Whitney Quaid's a 2, a 1, a 1, a 1, 1, 1. They are all awful. They are all terrible on the mic. So that's one thing that we're going to struggle with is cutting promos. And in the main event, it's Joe Wheeler versus Olaf Ostrovsky. Obviously some kind of... does it tell you like where they're from? I'm quite curious. as to if they no, they don't. Maybe they do. I don't really know. So that's our first show. By the way, we got some other videos on the channel. I've done an All Elite Wrestling roster so far. I'm planning on doing a UK and Ireland one. If you've got any other options that you want to see us do on MyGM mode, or if you want us to take a look at some of the other game modes on here. I've never really played the 2K games for a long time, so button-wise, I'm a little bit, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. MyGM mode is just something I come back to because I used to love the old versions of it and a lot of like Total Extreme Wrestling. So thanks to everybody who's been tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button if you can. That would be amazing. And keep subscribing too. I really do appreciate it. So let's simulate this first show. Nova versus Vicky. Vicky is our new champion in the very first show. It's an okay match. It's a new rivalry too. That's good. Andrew and Williams, it's an embarrassing promo. God. Red Monsoon versus Dewey Carter. Red Monsoon wins. It's a mediocre match. It's a new rivalry, though. Cora Cut, self-promo. It's a good promo. Thank God for that. Somebody can actually cut a promo. Joe Wheeler versus Olaf in the main event. It's a tables match as well, and Olaf wins. So he has beat the champion. It's only a mediocre match. It didn't even start a rivalry. Wow, and look what they're starting off with. Morrison versus John Cena. Yeah, we might struggle for a long time, to be honest. How do we almost beat them? That's ridiculous. They only done us by 0.5 because of that main event. Of course, they probably will get better as well. William Regal, of course, decent booker. Not even at WWE anymore. So we've gained some fans. We've also gained quite a lot of money. We do have a lot of money too. What do they have? 82,000. So they are beating us in this first week. So week number 2, we signed a couple of new free agents, Rich Orikawa being one of them. He is a fighter and a heel, so we've now got a bit of a tag team that we can actually put up against Specialist and Fighter versus Specialist and Bruiser. Self-promo Cora Cut again because Trips has told us not to put her in a match. We only get an injury card from that, which I don't really intend on making anybody injured, but it's still good to have and meet, I guess, when we have other options. Red Monsoon versus Dewey Carter again in an Extreme Rules match, this time in the mid-card. We've got a call-out, Joe Wheeler versus Olaf. He's going to call him out there. And the main event, it's Vicky versus Nova in a tables match, non-title. We've unlocked a few of the show logistics. We're going to rock with as much as we possibly can because we have the budget pretty much throughout the whole of this campaign in this GM mode. We're always going to have money, so we might as well rock the most expensive shows and try to get the best ratings. So this first match then, the tag team tables match, the winners is the baby faces. It's a disappointing match. Oh, that's not a good start, lads. Cora Cut's going to do another promo. It's okay. It didn't gain anything. Didn't lose anything though, I guess. Red Monsoon, Dewey Carter. Can you put, I mean, he's got like a boiler suit on. He wins this time round, though. An Extreme Rules match. It's a good match, and it's a level 2 rivalry. Alright, okay, didn't see that coming. Joe versus Olaf. It's a weak promo. He has a 3 for a promo. We do have a new rivalry, though. And Vicky versus Nova in a tables match in the main event. Vicky wins again. It's only a mediocre match, though. That's disappointing. What's NXT got on for us? Ugh. So John Cena's facing MVP now for his title. So their main event, oh my God, they crushed us. Our middle was decent, our mid-card was decent, but they absolutely destroyed us with the first and last match, which is how you're supposed to put on a show, that opener and that main event. Right, okay, we did get a little bit of profit, but it's the fans that I'm worried about, and this is what we're really going to struggle with, especially at the start, is trying to get people in the door, trying to get fans to support us because we're only using these jobbers. So week number 3, our opener is Joe Wheeler versus Triton. It is a Cruiser versus a Giant, but we got Olaf running in on the champ. We got a call out. It's Red Monsoon, Dewey Carter. Red Monsoon has won for interviews. Dewey Carter is no better. So the mid-card match, it's the same tag match as what we've seen previously, this time in a TLC match. Charity, Cora Cup. She's doing charity. I was going to try and get into a match. We simply don't have enough like specialists or anything. So instead, we got Nova Northern Light versus Sammy George, who's a specialist, with Vicky doing the running because their stamina is fairly low. And our commissioner goal was to do a run-in. Let's see how this does. We're just going to have to use all of the effects that we can possibly can. And we now have the Capital Wrestling Center to use too. So our opening contest then is a tables match. And it's scheduled for 1-4. Joel Wheeler versus Triton. Joel wins. It's an okay match. That's nothing extra though. On the rivalry front, which is scary. Red Monsoon versus Dewey Carter. Could that go? It's an embarrassing promo. It does go to level 3 though. Rich and Adrian versus Clint and Broderick in another tag team match. If we can get a couple of level 4s for the first pay-per-view, that'd be good. So that is a level 2. It's a good match as well. Didn't see that coming. That was awful last time. An excellent promo and 5,000 fans. Thank you very much. Cora cut. Nova versus Sammy George. Let's see how this one plays out. Sammy George is a specialist. Nova wins. That's good. It's an okay match, and the new rivalry grows to level 2. So yet again, our mid-card was better, and I did not see it happening. Okay. So then they got John Cena and MVP in the mid-card, which is worrying. That's pulled out of 3. Yeah, they're doing very well. William Regal's got this in the bag at the start of this, for sure. Pre-match physio. We've lost money as well. This is where you start. I mean, we got loads of money. We don't have to worry about it. We did sign somebody new. I can't even remember who it was. I'm just going to sign them all. Just going to sign them all, and I think we continue to do that to make sure, obviously, we have enough specialist cruisers giants for what we need. So week number 4, Trips has given us a To The Moon if we can schedule run on our champions. We definitely need to do that. To The Moon is a very powerful card for 15 popularity. The other power cards that I can see here, Superstar Training, that's if you sign a local talent to begin with. We don't really have any of those to sign. We have them all, but what we do have here is Veto Random Superstar. I think we just use that today. We use that because the week after is going to be TLC, Backlash, sorry, so that's perfect time to use that. Right, so show logistics, we have the option to go there. We can go further now. Oh, we can go even further than that. This is perfect. When you get a little bit more money, you don't have to worry about your spending. We have so much money. I very much doubt all the way to WrestleMania we will use all of it. The free transfers or free signings, we have none. There's nobody available here. We're starting to pick up quite a lot. So yeah, even like Slapjack doesn't even count. It's a shame, isn't it really? But I have picked our roster. I have picked our match card. Here we have the opener. It's the tag match we have seen already because it's building a rivalry. Now, I don't think it's going to get to level 4 for Backlash because I've got a feeling that's next week. So we might have to do it for the next pay-per-view, TLC. That's fine. We can work around that. We're going to call out Joe Wheeler versus Olaf. Hopefully that takes it to a level 2. Then that gives it 4 weeks to go to a level 4. Ignition and Lula Tandy, sorry, they wanted to tag with each other. So we're giving them that against Sammy George and Christina Fury. So it gives 4 women on the roster who haven't done anything yet a chance to shine. And we got Dewey Carter calling out Red Monsoon. Main event is Vicky versus Cora. But there's a run-in from Nova Northern Light. That is the run-in we have on our champion. Despite her only having 27 stamina, we can then rest her after the pay-per-view event. So let's confirm that and see how we do when we simulate these matches. Right, here we go. So the tag team match, which surprised me in the last one. How did it do this time? It's an okay match. That's disappointing. They did really well last time. Now it's just okay. So level 2 rivalry there. Now the tag match. We could do with you not doing better than an okay, really. We've just been told off for doing that. It is an okay. It's a new rivalry as well. Dewey Carter. It's a weak promo. There's a shock. And our main event, Vicky versus Cora, with the run-in. They match up quite well. Cora Cut wins. It's a mediocre match. Damn. So there's no shock that NXT has won this one yet again. They had JBL come out and do a self-promo, so they've started signing legends. That's obviously William Regal's little task or a little trait that he has. He can sign a free legend, which he seems to have done, because I don't think they have the money to. We've only gained 56,000 fans, but we've got that To The Moon. The first stage, up until really you build up to TLC, you're not going to have the popularity to do very well. That's the situation we are in right now. But they are absolutely slapping us with 80,000 more fans, which is obviously the main part of this, how to win, is to gain fans. We're not doing that. It is Backlash week, though. And would you believe it? Joe Wheeler cannot take part. Our champion, of course. Right. Clint McDougal, you're in a rivalry. We can offer you, yes, only 14,000. Amazing. Told you Lou and I really hit it as a team last week. Thanks for pairing us. We're looking forward to our next tag match. Well, yeah, you brought it to yourself. Well done. Whitney Quaid wants to tear up a contract and move on. 100k bonus. We might as well just keep it, to be honest. We might as well. One of the free agents that we have here is Jake Xanadu. Looks quite awesome, to be fair. 2 out of 5 for the promo. Cruiser? He's a little big for a cruiserweight. I'd just say Luchador, he's masked. I don't think he's a cruiser, though. He has a dad bod like me. So, I mean, that was the only other option that we had there. You can't get legends, it's so annoying. What's our journal? Ensure that Danielle Wallace cuts a promo. Oh, is she any good at promos? I don't think she's going to be good at promos. I really don't think so. Where is she? A 1 on the promo. Okay, well done, Danielle. Go out there and cut yourself a promo. Make yourself famous. So we have our To The Moon card. We're going to give that to Cora Cut. 48 popularity already. Gives her an extra 20. So now she should go up to a 68. That will be the highest on our roster. Should we do 3 ring crew? We don't really need to. We don't really need to focus on that. So, the weakest Backlash you're ever going to see. Our opener is the tag team match. We don't have any rivalries that has gone to a level 4. So, we got no payoffs whatsoever. I wish there was a way that you could just select to pay it off. I wish there was, because then we could just move on with certain rivalries. Like the mid-card match. Vicky, I'd love for her then to go up against Cora Cut. Hopefully she keeps the belt as well. But there we go. Self-promo, we have Danielle Wallace. That's the commissioner goal. From that, we get free advertising, booking. The mid-card match, we got that tag team match that's been going on with the women's. So that matches up quite well. They gave us a decent match to begin with. We got Jake Xanadu, our new signing. He's going to do a charity promo. He's a 2 on the microphone. So we're just going to have to put up with that. And the main event, Dewey Carter versus Red Monsoon in a tables match. It's a 3 out of 4 rivalry. We can't do any payoffs. So the opening contest at Backlash is the tag team match. The faces win and it's a great match. Rivalry complete. Oh, good. So it does complete. Right, that's fantastic. That's good to know. Well, this then, will this go into rivalry complete? I can't remember whether this is level 3 or level 4. Nova Northern Light wins. Doesn't complete. That's good, because then I want Cora Cut to be the WrestleMania match that Vicky McLeod goes up against. She cuts a self-promo. Doesn't gain anything from it. Mid-card, we have that tag team match. Let's see how the women do here. In the tables match, the winners are the baby faces. It's mediocre, but it's a level 2. Jake Xanadu, charity. Excellent. Thank you, Jake. Love that. Great signing. Dewey Carter versus Red Monsoon. It's a tables match. Dewey Carter wins. Would you believe it? And it's a rivalry complete. So if they land on a level 4 on the pay-per-view, then it is rivalry complete. That's good to know. I need to... See, I'm still learning. I've done 4 of these playthroughs already, and I'm still learning how this all works out. We've actually beat them. Come on, that's our first week of winning. We've done a very good booking there. Only the mid-card match there, which sucked a little bit, but we still beat them. And now I think it helped because they don't have John Cena. We vetoed their superstar. There we go. So they didn't have John Cena. We gained 201,000 fans, $97,000. What did NXT do? 172, so we gained a little bit back. That's fantastic. We put on the better show. We're closing the gap. But can we capitalise on that? We'll have to find out. Okay, week number 6. Our commissioner goes to rest the current champions this week. That's fine. That includes promos as well, but we get a veto star from that, which is quite good. Obviously, last time, we vetoed John Cena. They didn't have John Cena for the pay-per-view. So our contest looks like this. Red Monsoon, Jake Xanadu. Let's hope that starts a new rivalry. We have a charity match. Cora Cut is going to cut a promo for charity. We have a mid-card match. Whitney Quaid has asked for a match. Luckily, we've just signed Andrea Cannons because she's a specialist. They can have a match against each other. Olaf's going to call out Joel, who of course is our champion, which means we can't use him. And then in our main event, Christina Fury and Sammy George versus Luda Tandy and Ignition. We're going to keep this rivalry going. So, We're going to go at the Thunderdome, as much special effects and everything as possible because our budget is so massive. And let's see if we can keep the ball rolling with how well we've been doing in that last event. Red Monsoon is the winner. It's a new rivalry. Come on, let's go. And it's an okay match too. Cora Cup. Good promo. Gains 5,000 fans. That's decent. Whitney Quaid, you asked for this match. What can you produce? Andrea wins. It's just a disappointing match, and you've got a rivalry. Very much doubt we're going to do anything with that. Olaf versus Joel. It's an okay promo. Sammy George, Christina versus Lula Tandy. It's a tables match, and Christina and Sammy George wins, and it's an okay match. I think we might struggle here. They're still not using John Cena. Well, that's down to you guys, I guess. They did win. They battered us. Yeah, they battered us. But it's a week where we had to rest Vicky, who isn't our champion, but she's very much injured. So I gave her the spa treatment for 2 weeks, or whatever it is, or 1 week, and she gains like 12 stamina, which I think's worth it because I want to get into another rivalry soon. So we're starting to lose fans a little bit. But I'm not too worried about it. We can gain them back massively when we get to the pay-per-view. Chicago, Illinois is where we are next. 3 weeks until... so Joel wanted... we had to rest you, Joel. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry, mate. Things aren't working out SmackDown ready. And Beth, we don't actually have... I don't think so. She's going to give me one more chance. All right, fair enough. Week number 7 then, our opener is Cora Cup versus Vicky McLeod. It is a TLC match with Nova doing the run-in on Vicky McLeod. Now this might be a bit of a taster of what we're going to see leading up to WrestleMania. Cora Cup with her 64 popularity. We have a call-out, Jake Xanadu and Red Monsoon. Hopefully we can get that rivalry up to level 4. Broderick and Lurch Evans. Lurch Evans is a new signing. Broderick, of course, was against Adrian and Rich in the tag team of the last phase that we just had. However, with a new tag team partner, the cooldown doesn't matter too much. We've got a call out. Joe Wheeler calling out Olaf. And the main event, Sammy George, Christina Fury, Ignition, Lula Tandy, yet again. We're going to try and get this rivalry up to a level 4 as well. Let's see. Okay, we're at the Thunderdome. At SmackDown. I actually like this show. I think this show might do better than what the previous week was because that week was terrible. So, our opening contest, Cora versus Vicky. Cora Cup wins. Well done, Cora. Great match. There we go. I told you. Jake versus Red Monsoon. It didn't do anything for the rivalry, though. I find this very strange. Right, the rivalry there is gone to level 2. Lurch and Broderick, Adrian and Rich. We've got Rich and Adrian winning that. They're good at TLC matches, which is the reason why I put them in a TLC match. And they have a new rivalry. Joel and Olaf. That's an okay, but it does go up to a level 3. And Christina and Sammy George. Let's do that. Let's take them up to a level 4, is it now? Are they at level 3 or level 4? It goes up to level 3. That's the worst match that we've had. And it's our main event. I thought that would do better. Never mind. So it does look like NXT beat us again because they had 2 4-star matches. A TLC match and the opening contest, the women's tag match. Oh, it's so annoying. I really do wish that they, in the updates and stuff, they integrate some kind of tag team titles in this and maybe expand the mode a little bit more. I don't think they're going to. I think they're adding ladder matches though, which is cool. But maybe in the future we can hope for a decent, more expansive version like Total Extreme Wrestling, possibly with a bit of storyline rivalries and stuff like that. They're still number 1. They're beating us by quite a lot. We're about 40,000 fans, but we have the money to keep going at them with better shows. So our opening contest is a tag team match scheduled for 1-4. It's a tag team rivalry again that we love to see. This pretty much, I think, will go on until WrestleMania. I want to get it to a level 2 for when we get to TLC so that we don't have too much to do to take it to WrestleMania. I think that's the most important thing, really, and we can give these guys a bit of a rest because we've been battering their bodies. So, the call-out is Nova versus Vicky McLeod. Vicky McLeod has asked for some time off, so I've said to give her 2 weeks. That takes us up to the next pay-per-view, so I'm okay with that. Our mid-card match is a title match. Actually, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. So our now mid-card match is Red Monsoon versus Jake Xanadu. It is an Extreme Rules match, and it's a level 2 rivalry right now, Giant versus the Cruiser. Charity Cora Cut keeps doing charity work for us. She's our most popular superstar. We're going to have to get her into a rivalry at some point. We just need this rivalry to end. And then, of course, the main event is Joe Wheeler versus Triton, but with a run-in from Olaf to try and get that rivalry to a level 4 before we go into the pay-per-view. I think this is a good match, though. This is a good match card. Whether it will beat whatever NXT are doing, I don't know. I have bought a couple of the Veto Stars. We've got 2 of them now. So we might use that for next week so they don't have John Cena, I think, again, for their main event. A mediocre match. Oh, that's annoying. I thought I was expecting you to do a lot better than that. It's a good promo. Takes the rivalry to level 3. That's decent. Red Monsoon, Jake Xanadu. Can you do it for us? Red Monsoon brings the rivalry up. It doesn't. It's a great match, though. Wow, I've really misjudged that. Another excellent promo from Cora. Fantastic. Her popularity is going to go through the roof if she ever becomes champion. Joe Wheeler versus Triton. His popularity is only 48, and he's been our champion for a long time. He does win because of the run-in, but it's a good match, and it's a level 4 rivalry. Fantastic. Now we just do a call-out for Joe Wheeler in the next event, and we should be fine. The main event, MVP versus John Cena. Oh, I'd love MVP to win. They do destroy us yet again. It's that opener which cost us because our mid-card was very good. It's disappointing. It is disappointing. John Cena does win, though. Okay. We gain 44,000 fans. We gain a little bit of money again. They gain 45,000 fans. They didn't gain that much fans on us, but we did have Cora cut a really good charity promo. So our match card is not as good as their shows, but our shows probably look and feel a lot better. Week number 9, our opener is the tag team women's match that we have seen to try and take that rivalry up to level 4 for the pay-per-view. We've got to call out Joe Wheeler and Olaf. That obviously is going to be a level 4 for the pay-per-view already. We then have a mid-card match, Red Monsoon and Dewey Carter. Now, they're on a rivalry cooldown. I hope that doesn't affect it too much. I mean, I could actually do a specialist if we have one. I don't think we do, though. We do. Clint McDougal. Perfect. So we have a specialist that we can bring that in because then Jake Xanadu can do a run-in in that tables match. Call out there, Nova versus Vicky McLeod. It's going to call her out. Vicky is still on her rest. And the main event is the tag team match that hopefully does better than what it did last time round because that was dreadful. Our opener then. How does this do? The women's tables match. The babyfaces win. It's a great match. Come on, let's go. That's perfect to take us into the main event, or the pay-per-view, sorry. It's an excellent promo. That's fantastic. That's really good. Red Monsoon, Clint McDougal. In a tables match, Red Monsoon wins. It's an amazing match. Whoa, didn't expect that. Well, that puts the main event at risk. Maybe I should have moved that to the main event. But it is a tag team match. It's a normal match too, so yeah, mediocre. Ugh. That's almost suicide for me there. That's terrible. Okay, fair enough. How do we do though? They still did really well. I think we did better. That mid-card match really probably saved us. 37,000 fans. How many fans did they gain? 38,000. Oh, that's killed us, isn't it? That killed us having that in the main event. Absolutely killed us. We needed to have something a lot better than that in the main event. So our TLC pay-per-view looks like this. Our opening contest is the women's tag team match, mainly because it is a level 4 rivalry. We actually have 3 rivalries at level 3 and 2 rivalries at level 4, which means one of these rivalries is going to have to tick over to the next WrestleMania, or to WrestleMania, which is going to be the men's tag team rivalry that we have going on. So the charity match, well, the charity event that we have is Cora cutting the promo for that. Hopefully then she can then finally get into a match and a rivalry. The mid-card match, Red Monsoon versus Jake Xanadu. That's a level 3, hopefully will end. We signed Adrian Buck. He is a level 3 on the mic. So that's going to be great to bring him in. We need a male bruiser to go up against him. So we're going to have to find something to use him because he's very good. Nova Northern Light versus Vicky McLeod. This is hopefully will end the rivalry. Charity, we've got Whitney Quaid doing that. And the main event, Joe Wheeler versus Olaf, is another title match. And what I have done is I fixed it so that Vicky wins. which I'm hoping then ends the rivalry with Nova, and then Cora can then go up against Vicky McLeod. So how do we think this is going to do? I also have used the TLC card, so one of these TLC matches is going to pop off, and it's this one. It must be that one. A 5-star legendary match to open up TLC. That's insane. A good rating as well for charity. That's fantastic. We're turning up for pay-per-views, it must be said. We might have some terrible shows in the middle, but we're turning up for pay-per-views. Another amazing match. Rivalry complete as well. That's fantastic. A good promo there from Adrian Buck and introduced himself into the SmackDown roster. Nova and Vicky McLeod. Vicky's obviously going to win this because we made sure we fixed it. Vicky wins. She's the new champion, and it's rivalry complete as well. Perfect. Excellent. Another charity promo there by Whitney Quaid. And our main event. I kind of hope Joel wins this. Really. I hope he does. I knew it would go the other way around. I knew it would. It's another legendary match, though. Wow. Right, okay, that's fantastic. They ain't beating that. I don't care what they have. They ain't beating that. I mean, they had a 5-star match as well. We still smashed them, but they did have a 5-star legendary match between MVP, who is now the new NXT champion, by the way, against John Cena. But we have done incredibly well there. We have gained $212,000. We've only lost $6,000 with that show. And we didn't use any cards. They only gained $145. We are miles in the lead now. This is the turning point. I say miles, 20,000. We're going to go into WrestleMania, I think, extremely close because we need to keep that up now. And the problem is we're going to be starting new rivalries because all of ours came to an end and we need to build them to do that. So we'll see how that goes and how that plays out. On my contract's running out. Rich, we need you to stay, mate. Rich Orikawa. We need you to stay, buddy. Thank you very much. Nova, what happened to booking Cora and me as a tag? Things change. Things change. Never mind. It doesn't matter. Better, things aren't working out at SmackDown. Ready to take my contracts. You refuse to pay me and a loyalty bonus. See you later. So our match card. The week after TLC. It's a weak one, but it's going to start things off. So we have Andrea Cannons versus Cora Cutt, but with a run-in from Vicky McLeod. That should start a new rivalry then between Cora Cutt and Vicky, and it gives Vicky a little bit of a rest. We got to call out, Brute Force is going to call out the champ because it's Cruiser versus Giant, and we haven't give Brute Force a match yet. His popularity is very low. I'm just hoping that Olaf can bring him up, I guess, to be someone important. Adrian Buck versus Tim Burr. Great name, by the way. Fire versus a Bruiser. Let's hope that pops off a little bit, starts something. Doing a role change with Joel Wheeler. Reason for it is mainly because I want him now to go as a babyface and go up against our most popular superstar. I'll show you in a sec. Andrew Williams and Rich. I think this Lurch Evans and Broderick match, they're going to go to a level 4. And then we'll end up having 6 rivalries going. And then I'm just going to scrap whichever one doesn't really work out for WrestleMania. But if you look at our roster, we've got Vicky as the most popular female. But our most popular male is Red Monsoon. 65 popularity. He's had 2 very good rivalries. Ended already. So I'm thinking we put him against Joe Wheeler, who is a cruiser, who will now be a babyface cruiser too. That's perfect. Right, okay. I mean, we did have the option, obviously, to go back to whatever he was called. Where is he? Dewey Carter, but it's 20 popularity difference. So I think we need to focus on popularity in some aspects, whereas this one, for the title, probably isn't. Okay, so the first match, the tables match. Andrea Cannons is good at tables matches, according to my notes. So she wins. It's an okay match. Doesn't start a rivalry. What? Brute Force and Olaf calling him out. It's good. No rivalry again. What is happening here? Midcard, Adrian Buck and Timber. Does that start a rivalry? It does. Thank God for that. Role change. How did people take it? They took it well. Obviously, he's been champion for a long time. Nice little babyface turn there after being champion for a long period of time. The tag team match. How does this end up? Does it go to a level 4? It does. It's a good match. It's not amazing though, is it? Not an amazing event. They've also got Jerry the King Lawler too, so they've obviously activated another legend. And yeah, they stuffed us. So we gained 17,000 fans. We're still ranked number 1 because they gained 17,000 fans. I'm okay with that. Not losing anything. I'm definitely okay with that. And that gives us a chance then to start building up some other rivalries, start putting on some decent shows. Week 12, our opener is Red Monsoon versus Joel Wheeler. Let's hope this starts a rivalry. Then we can have them two back and forth up until Mania. We got to call out Cora Cut is going to call out Vicky McLeod. We then have a mid-card match, Adrian Buck versus Timber. Obviously, last match that we had last week, sorry. Role change. I've made a decision. Let's make a role change. Seeing as he didn't start a rivalry with the guy that had security there, let's role change Olaf, and then next week we'll put him in a new rivalry. I've got an idea that we can do. And then in the main event, or in fact, actually, what we could do, I'm going to tell what we're going to do. We can't because we can't use them twice. So we're just going to have to wait until next week. Then in the main event, it is the tag team match. However, it's in a Hell in a Cell match because it meets the Commissioner goal. I don't know whether I don't think it'll end this rivalry. I'm just intrigued to see what it will do for it. Right, the opening contest then. It's a normal match. Maybe I should have done it a little bit more, but Red Monsoon's stamina is fairly low. It's an okay match, and it's a new rivalry. Perfect. Cora Cut, Vicky McLeod. Let's start a new rivalry, please. It has done just that. It's an excellent promo, too. Adrian Buck, Timber. It's a tables match. They look quite good pairing, to be fair. It's an okay match. Does nothing for their rivalry. Olaf, role change. It's an okay role change. He's now a heel. He does look more of a heel, doesn't he? And then the tag team match in a Hell in a Cell. And we're in a big stadium too. It's an amazing match. Good. The rivalry didn't go stale either, which is interesting. Usually it tells you that the rivalry's gone stale. You can risk doing another match until that. Right, well, we beat them in the main event, but they beat us in the opener, but it's all down to the fans, obviously, what they seen as a better show. 18,000 that we gained, and they gained, 22,000. So they gained a little bit on us, but not too much that we have to worry about. So we're 2 weeks away from Mania, and the show looks like this. Our opener is Cora Cut versus Sammy George. We have a run in Vicky McLeod that also meets the Commissioner goal, which is a house bar. Don't know whether we'll use it. The call out, Adrian Buck and Timber. Let's try and get that rivalry up to a level 3 at least for WrestleMania. The mid-card match, we have a tables match here, a tag team, randomly put together because they just suit quite well, and we needed to obviously use other people. Red Monsoon is getting called out by Joel Wheeler. Let's try and get that rivalry up, and it gives Red Monsoon a bit of a rest. And in the main event is a title match. Olaf versus Jake Xanadu. They match up very well now that Olaf has had his heel turn. Let's see if that sparks some kind of rivalry going into WrestleMania. So the opening contest, Cora Cut versus Sammy George. Sammy George wins because of the run-in, and it's a good match too. Takes it to a level 2 rivalry. Adrian Buck Timber. It's a level 2 rivalry now. The mid-card match, just a normal tag team. I don't think it will probably start a rivalry. Yeah, I knew it would. It's a good match though. That's all right then, ideal. And Joel Wheeler is a good promo. Does nothing for the rivalry. I don't get it. Some of the logistics in this is very bizarre. Jake Xanadu wins. No rivalry. He's just a new champion. Just randomly a new champion. No rivalry whatsoever. Oh, it's so weird. I know it's not guaranteed. It's just very annoying when it happens when you don't want it to. And then when you do want it to, it doesn't happen at all. Right, we gained 25,000. I think we actually had the better show. We gained the health spat as well. They only gained 16,000. We're still in the run-in to win this. And yet our rivalries are terrible going into Mania. Our rivalries were perfect going into the last event. We had arguably too many. Dante Roberts, you absolutely do nothing, so you can leave. Won't be renewing the contract. Not that we really need to. Same as Brute Force. We don't actually need them. So you can leave. I've had enough crap working at SmackDown. It's been a complete joke. Danielle Wallace. Wait for it to be a 100k bonus. See you later, Danielle. I'll give you one more chance. I bet you will. Hey, amazing growth. We've seen lately on SmackDown. I'd like to say humble, but can you admit some amazing growth from me as well, right? Okay. May not be on SmackDown forever. I wish I could be giving so much to the brand. What do you think of the job I've done so far? Okay, let's give you 50k. Just to keep you happy. I don't really care. We've got enough money, I guess. Rest your current champions this week. I don't really care about that. We don't really need to do it. But what we are going to do is veto star for the next event, which is WrestleMania. Happy days. So week number 14, the week before Mania, is probably one of our weakest ones that we've done. We've got Clint McDougal versus Timber. Our call-out is Joe Wheeler against Red Monsoon. But Red Monsoon is going to face Dante Roberts in the mid-card match, sorry. Charity event is Jake Xanadu. He is going to do a promo for the charity event. And main event is Vicky McLeod versus Ignition, but with a run-in by Cora. Yeah, it's not great, is it? A lot of our rivalries, though, are, like, dead, almost. Like, the tag team match is stale now, and we just need to build that, keep that going. But there's no, like, call-outs for tag teams. That's the worst scenario, because what are you supposed to do? Just let it just fizzle out, I guess. Disappointing match. It goes to level 3, though, for the WrestleMania. We've got a new rivalry. New rivalry? Wow, that took ages before that actually happened. Red Monsoon, Dante Roberts. Red Monsoon wins. Mediocre match. Rivalry complete. Monsoon and Roberts. That makes no sense. Okay, Jake Xanadu. Excellent. And the main event, Vicky McLeod versus Ignition with a Cora run-in. Can this save the event? Because this has been awful. It's also mediocre, but the rivalry grows to level 3. Oh, that was a poor one. I think that's possibly the worst one that we've done. 2 2-star, 1.5. We've only gained 2,000 fans. Wow. We're still number 1, though. They gained 12,000. So going into WrestleMania, this is tight. We're like just over 20,000. And our champions are barely in rivalries. Our women's title actually is okay, but our men's title is nothing. Okay, Cora can't take part. Well, he's going to tell us somebody else can't, isn't he? Oh, so our main rivalry, the women's match, can't do anything. Now, we're going to use all of the cards that we can. So we've done free ring crew booking and we've done free advertising, I think. Let's do 2 Extreme, which I've been buying every time I see one of these because we have the money to do. So we need to book an Extreme Rules match and we need to book a Hell in a Cell match because that should be amazing too. So our final show, the WrestleMania show, our opener is the tag team rivalry that we've been doing, which is now stale, but it's going to end in an Extreme Rules match, and we have that little card activated, and it's the only Extreme Rules match we made sure, so it should be a banger. Call out, I don't know whether it will end the rivalry or whatever, but we're going to do it anyway. Our mid-card match, Red Monsoon and Joel Wheeler. One-on-one TLC match. It's a 1 out of 4 rivalry. Probably won't do much. Whitney Quay doing charity as well as Sammy George, as well as Nova Northern Light, because they're not doing anything. We don't really have anybody else who's good on the mic. Neither of them are good on the mic either. Mid-card, Jake Xanadu. This is a title match as well. It never started a rivalry, and I have no idea why. So Olaf may get a chance to win his title back, but there we go. We got the tag team rivalry between the women's here. I mean, it's only level 1. Doesn't really matter. And that means our main event is Timber versus Adrian Buck. And that is the least... that's the worst main event at WrestleMania you're ever going to see, isn't it? But they are a level 3 out of 4. And it's in a Hell in a Cell at least. With a popularity of 36 and 50. Yeah, we're just going to have to do it. Because our popularity elsewhere is awful too. It really killed us that the women's match can't be done because 67 popularity on both would be perfect for the Hell in a Cell match in that main event to make it legendary. Never mind. Okay, let's confirm the booking. Remember, they shouldn't be able to use their number 1 star. I don't know who that is. You can't really see their roster. We need to change that, really. But they can't use it because we vetoed their star. So this match, rivalry complete. Obviously, it's a classic. Good. That's good enough for me. Okay, promo did nothing. Takes it to level 4. Means nothing. Red Monsoon and Joe Wheeler. It's a winner. It's another amazing match. It's a TLC match. Fair enough. That's amazing. Excellent promo. Good. Mid-card. TLC match again for the title. Olaf retains at WrestleMania. It's a great match. Good. Sammy George doing good work for charity. Fantastic. The women's tag team match. How does this do? Lula, Tandy, and Ignition win. Level 2. It's only a 3-star match. Nova Northern Light. It's a weak promo. 5,000. And then we have the main event. It's Timber. It's Adrian Buck, who looks fantastic. He looks like he could main event WrestleMania. I'll give him that. Let's simulate it. Hell in a Cell. The main event of WrestleMania. Adrian Buck wins. And it's a classic. Rivalry complete. We had no legendaries, but we had a couple of classics. We'll take it. What does NXT do? Can they beat us? That's the question. So they got Extreme Rules mid-card match there. There's no title matches on the line. That's because obviously we vetoed their stars. So their main event, it's not a bad main event though. In all fairness, we'll do this one by one, I guess. Shayna Baszler and Bayley against Kai and Lynch. It's a rivalry complete. It's a classic. MVP calling out. Yeah, that does nothing, mate. Well, I've just made the same mistake. John Morrison and Tucker. John Morrison wins. It's another amazing match. We could be in trouble here. Cameron Grimes. Okay promo for charity. Roderick Strong and John Cena. Roderick Strong wins. It's a good match. Jive Owens, the guy that they stole from us. I mean, 47 popularity. They've built him up well, and they've put him against Jerry the King. Jerry the King wins, though. It's only a good match. But their main event, Grand Metalik versus T-Bar. I actually think our main event's better. It is another Hell in a Cell, though, and it's a one-on-one contest. T-Bar wins. It's a classic. Rivalry complete. That's really even, isn't it? We win by 0.5. We win by 0.5. Let's go. Does that mean we get the most fans? 286,000 fans. I think we win. We do. We're ranked number 1. We've only done it with jobbers and local talent only. It's a fantastic victory. There we have it then. We have won at WrestleMania. Very close contest. Make sure you check out the other ones that we have done on the channel. We've done 2 more so far. Make sure, of course, if you have any other challenges that you'd like to see me do, I'm thinking UK and Ireland only next. That'll be quite interesting. There's a good enough roster to do it. So let me know any other challenges down in the comment section. Smash a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already for more 2K22 content. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.